could. And I think that they may go all the way here. It will be a lower bracket run to be remembered if they make it. I just like the idea of that storyline.
Have you noticed what always happens every year?
Tell me what always happens.
UK is always the best.
Obviously.
There's always a French team. And there's always a Russian team that comes out of nowhere. Then there's an Italian team that chokes.
Oh dear.
How many Italians have we got left in the competition? Oh, just... well.
Well, before Demo insults anybody else...
God, just learn your smoke lineups. Are you...
It's a different game, man. Run Chalet now.
Doesn't matter. Honestly.
Nook and a Hibana ban. Unlimited coming in with their second ban here. No surprise to see Ascend taking away the knock.
Oh, we get to cast a Disciple.
We do.
Go with this.
Get to cast one of your favourites. A little bit of information removed as well. The Valkyrie taken away.
Ban is an interesting one because it's
especially for Chalet.
I'm trying to figure out just where's the best. I'm trying to figure where you're going to get your best value out of not having a Hibana if you're done limited. The thing is that catching me with Hibana ban is naturally you'd think, okay, hatches are going to be really good. Where do we really see a lot of hatch play? Like, sure, you can look at basement and you're probably thinking, oh, hatches, you know, getting them opened up, get connector open. But teams you don't even need connector hatch open to really attack basement. You can then look at maybe bar and you're thinking, well, sometimes they just leave the hatches open anyway. I don't really know where you're going to get the value from, where I think Ace is always going to be the better operator.
Could potentially be a bit of a target. I know the enemy likes to play quite a bit of the old Hibana, so could potentially be a little bit of a target toward them. But I would agree, it's a pretty soft ban.
Yeah.
And there's other things that you could have gone for. You think about what's available. Dokkaebi's up. You know, we're sure we've got the Nook removed, but you've still got a good amount of options there for the attackers. So we'll see how it plays out anyway. We'll see if we do get ourselves a slightly attacker or defender-sided Chalet here. We're going to be kicking things off in the bar. Send starting off on the defense.
So, Ascend, we know Chalet. Ollie, this is a map that they're very familiar with. It's certainly one of their comfort maps that we always see them kind of resort to if needed. But they're going to actually kick things off with the Chalet first of all. So I think there's going to be a good chance for Ascend to really lead from the front. We know Unlimited, if they have a bit of confidence behind them. And look what they did to Wild yesterday, Ollie. Whenever they get that first map, it just rolls on to the second, doesn't it? So I think for Ascend today, they need to get off to a good start.
A lot of drone pressure coming in here onto enemy. Rorik is eventually going to take that challenge. So much information here available for Unlimited. Nice to see them not overextending off the back of it either. Both players just trading blow for blow. But both getting away intact for the time being. Maybe would have been nice to open up that garage door and just remove the ability to make the full rotation.
I mean, I think they've actually gave up the kill on enemy. I think they probably could have killed him quite easily. He was trapped inside of garage. They knew that. They had a man outside lobby, but then he just left it. That's a great cut-off point. Whenever you know there's going to be a roamer in the basement, it just limits him to really only going up the blue stairs. He doesn't have access to Snowball because lobby, there's always somebody sniffing outside of it. Right now, Unlimited, they are starting to orientate their attack now in towards the library. Generally, if you look at how teams clear out the library these days, it's a little bit slower than what you'll see for most executes in Chalet. I think library, it is still a little bit touchy because there's a lot of utility always is going to be placed up that teams have to burn through. Like, look at the Wamitis, look at the ADSs. That's what 4 burns right there that they have to go through before they even think about jumping in. And then you also then have to go through the blue stair shield. You have to go through the fireplace. There is so much that you have to clear as an attack.
Unlimited so far, they're doing the best to clear the utility. They've certainly cleared out a lot of bodies, as they're now in a 3 versus 1 here with Cactus left as the sole survivor. He's got an angle onto that double door. Flores drone going to come in, regular drone at his feet. His location given away here, and with 45 seconds, there's not a lot that Frost can do to stop the impending doom that comes his way. Full white flash on the Candela, no one there to take advantage of it for the time being. Nordwin going to hit a swing, a little bit of cover of smoke, another Candela in for good measure. Cactus really is in a bit of a tough spot at the moment. Not a lot that he can do to get himself out of this one. Got no denial, nothing really. He's going to have to take these fights as 1v1s if he can, but unable to do so. Nice patience from Dunlimited. They knew exactly where that last player was. They knew that Cactus was stuck inside a cubby and they didn't rush for the kill. They didn't look to try and take any unnecessary risks. Using all of the utility, even the Candelas, the smokes, everything was getting thrown there just to keep the pressure on.
I'm pretty sure Deadshot got downed by a nade, and there's Wamai, Jaeger, and Aruni on the board. How that happens?
Well, the focus was library, wasn't it? All of the util was in library.
It's like that picture, you know, whenever they're in the swimming pool and like the adult is like helping one child, another child's like drowning, and then the other one's just at the bottom of the skeleton. You know, that format that we have. That was basically it. Library's got all the attention, Blue's got some attention, and Fireplace is just, they're done.
I can't believe it's round 2 and we're already describing memes.
What's wrong with that?
Do you ever think we'll get to the point where we have a switchboard full of memes that we can just play at opportune moments?
A soundboard, perhaps?
That's like a visual soundboard.
A visual one? Need to work something with production for that. Just a folder for me and you.
We could just get a load of buttons here that we could just press.
I mean, we still have to get the radio show on the go.
Yeah.
Still have to get the call-in feature. It is it's tricky, but I mean, Unlimited again just took their time. Again, I think utility placement, there's probably too much in library. Wasn't enough everywhere else. That was where it hindered Ascend, in my opinion. Also, really surprised to see Deadshot not on the Alibi whenever it is open. An Alibi is a really good operator for Chalet. Chalet, there's always going to be opportunities for deployable shields. There's always going to be a necessity for opening up walls and opening up these long angles, which then you can challenge with your 1.5x M4 Storm. You know, there's a lot of advantages for taking the Alibi, and I think with Deadshot wielding that, it's going to get you, it's going to be a benefit to your side.
Maybe Deadshot was paying attention to our pre-show today demo, where we highlighted that Malusi actually has a higher pick rate and play rate inside of EUL Stage 3 than Alibi, so maybe he's tried to elevate himself a little bit there.
Nade kill happens immediately, Ollie. I think that is from below that has just happened. So down goes Rykos, who we mentioned before, Ollie. He played some good Siege yesterday.
He did.
And that's him off the board. Not a good start for him. 0-2 is how it stands. Unlimited. Again, this is where they're so good. If they have that opening pick, they will just squeeze every ounce of energy that you have in that round. They don't let you get away with anything. It's like a boa constricting around you the whole time, and you can't get out of it. They're so good from the front.
Army going to look to move through now and get the wall open. Of course, this is a kitchen attack, so we are looking to gain control of this top floor in an attempt to flush out those defenders. There's so many vertical holes to work with that you can't really ignore this top floor presence. Top floor hatch has been reinforced as well, so Ascend don't even have the option to dip out if they wish. They are going to be playing this position right up until the bitter end. Around a minute remaining here, and we do have office wall open. I think that we're getting the wall opened into sight as well, as we can see some attackers there just making a couple of arrangements to nestle an exothermic in.
Yeah. Just look above. I think Ascend, they realise that they're going to need to retake above. I think they've clocked on to that. Look how close that the smoke is playing up on that piano wall. You can see the Deadshot starting to get in position, and they're going to have to retake. So that's where it's going to have to come from Ascend. They're going to have to challenge on to these players above. But like I mentioned before, Ollie, Unlimited, they don't let you get away with anything.
Hypex has moved through. We've seen Nordwin get one already. 4 versus 2, 15 seconds. Not a lot of time, but plenty of opportunity here. Hypex on the backstab as well. This is brilliant. Look at that pre-fire. Cactus, he might have the Alder. He's got some red pings, but he hasn't got a chance in hell. Nordwin, he's able to shut him down. Nice rotation from him as well. Look at how active and how slippy Unlimited are here.
They don't lose whenever they get the opening pick. They just don't. We've mentioned it before. They're a team which, if they don't get the opening, was going to be. You know?
Well, it wasn't.
And it didn't, because Unlimited.
But you contrast that to the first round that they played here, where they had all that information on enemy in Garage, and yeah, they didn't get the kill, but look how patient they were about it. There was no rush, there was no like, oh my goodness, we must do something.
I'm telling you, they've learned a lot from that loss against 10 Star.
I think that they have.
100% they have.
Most improved team, maybe?
I think so, yeah. I think that they've just surprised us.
Says yes.
They've surprised us.
For anyone at home that's wondering. Back to bar.
Back to bar.
I wouldn't go back to bar.
I'm surprised Basement isn't getting a shout.
Yeah, Basement.
I like Basement. I think, obviously, Basement's a bit topical. People say, oh, it's bad because it's too easy to get the plant down and stuff like that. I think with the way that you're not seeing Kide be banned away the same amount, you're not seeing Bandit get banned away, Mute's always going to be an option. There's plenty of denial that you can go for. You know, there's options in that regard.
Anytime that I see anyone playing the corner of Library, not on a dock, I just like, why bother? Like, just pick dock. It's incredible.
Oh, we've seen it used once already in this.
But that is where that is
position?
the position that spawned 1,000 phrases.
Yep.
And 1,000,000 smiles.
Don't remind me. Don't remind me. I hate that because now I'm known as.
But it was brilliant, Demo.
Stop it! Like, just get some help, please. Oh dear. Azox, and this is where I think I do worry for Ascend, because I think they have players who have tendencies where they will realize that they're down a creek and they need to try and get out of it, and they will try and go for the hero plays, and I think that's going to backfire. Like we mentioned before, Unlimited, the patience that they have, Ollie, they don't give you a lot. They don't give you many opportunities to really collapse on them. And I think that then if you're trying to go around and chase kills almost, you're going to get punished. 100% you're going to get punished.
Something that's been quite nice already in the couple of rounds that we've seen has been Unlimited's positioning. They're really not afraid to hit that backstab and send somebody off on quite a significant rotate.
Because they play to that advantage.
Look at where Rorik is at the moment. He's got a great angle here. We've just seen a trade 1-for-1 dead shot onto Army.
On the alibi.
But Rorik is able to transition across.
Hello?
How has he picked up a nade kill there? We've got Jaeger, we've got Wamai, we've got all of these tools. The deployable shield not being covered.
This is it. Now Blue Stairs is at the bottom of the pool. They've changed the utility. They've maybe give Fireplace a few more. But guess what? Then Blue Stairs is done. He doesn't have anything. And again, Unlimited, they've just burned through very little utility, it feels like, and then they just start tearing away with the round, Ollie. This is Unlimited at its best. They get that advantage, and they just don't lose it.
Azox has a chance to make a rotation here. Hypex shuts enemy down. Enemy didn't have a chance there. Great shot from Azox onto Nordwin. But how far can he push this? How far can he go? The plant is going to be going down. There's option here for Unlimited to cover it on both the same floor and from above. Azox knows that. Twitch drone at his feet, so he can't move too much.
You have to retake above. You have to.
You've got a very tough task ahead of you. Look at the angle that Rorik's holding here. It's horrible. A couple of shots is going to be enough to deter Azox as he keeps tap firing away. The deployable shield's going to work for both of them. But really, Rorik, he just needs to waste as much time as possible. Gets caught running away, but still, he's got two players outside. And was that all just an extravagant bait leading the trail there for the final kill from Hypex to come through? Unlimited, another great round on the attack so far, going flawless.
Yeah, I mean, he made the right play. You needed to retake above. You cannot leave a player who can just sit in the hatch and cover that diffuser and use the vertical angles that were made. You need to take above. And, you know, he did that. He got his kill, but just, you still have two more to go through. And it's difficult then with no info as well. You're swinging dark, essentially. Timeout for Ascend. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. And Unlimited, again, they basically went for the exact same attack, except a little bit more blue orientated. You can see the difference. As soon as they get that first pick, depending on where it's been, if they eliminate the player in Fireplace, then they can jump in Library because they don't have to worry about the player swinging them from Fireplace door. Or if they take blue, then you just walk straight down the stairs and you're in the Library. You just have to ignore that. That's the way Unlimited are showing how capable they can be depending on where their pick comes from. They have options.
They've got some really independent players as well. Think about Rorik and the position that he played there. He was just in the Ivy door on the threshold of Piano, and he's there on his own. It's not as if Unlimited have had to send 2 or 3 people over there to assist him. He's just been able to get in off the back of some good drone work. The information gathering from Unlimited has been fantastic. Not only have they got a good idea of where people are, but they've also got a great idea of where utility is. And that's demonstrated by the fact that we're seeing nade kills come through. We're not seeing nades get caught up in ADSs, caught up in WAMIs, caught up in stuff that's been missed.
Yeah, even seeing Wamai allow through inside a Chalet is a bit of a surprise. He's usually a big ban in this map because, as we know, bar and gaming is all about holding above, and you need those Wamai discs to defend those shields. So seeing him through, you would expect that, yeah, this should be, you know, quite favourable for the defense, but SN just are not grasping at the chances, and they probably went to the site that I just think they should stay away from. We've mentioned before how good the basics have been from Unlimited and how good, you know, simple attacks can be. This is the most simple bomb site to attack.
Doesn't get more simple than this.
You take library, you open up the main wall, and you plant in a blind spot. How more simple can that be?
Deadshot's taking a huge amount of damage here.
See, this is what I mean. They're running around just trying to find kills.
Headless chicken.
That's it. It just feels like Ascend. It smells, it reeks of desperation.
Deadshot has since been juiced up, but with Azox going down, you've lost a C4, you've lost a good portion of any plant denial that you may hope to have. Obviously, playing below, looking for that C4 opportunity, but with no one else having one now, there's a question of how worth is it to try and occupy that space below.
I mean, I don't see Ascend coming back from this round. I think losing that first pick again is crucial. And like you mentioned, no real denial. It's not as if there's a smoke in the board that you could maybe fall back onto and achieve something. Because again, as good as Unlimited are, they still take a bit of time. They're on the slower end of the spectrum, I would say, in terms of how quick teams can carry out a plan. I think they want to be really thorough in how they carry out their execute. So I think there is options there for the smokes, but Ascend haven't seen it that way.
The plant here is free. This is one of the best plants to get down on Chalet because you can plant in a complete blind spot. There's nothing left in terms of denial. Get yourself tucked in behind that half wall and you're away. Already there is going to be a drone on the spot, just making sure that everything's clear. There's a bulletproof played in A as well, just right next to the bomb chassis.
Still
going to give a little bit of visibility.
Still 3 nades.
Realistically, not too much. Now, we've not seen anyone rotate onto big window just yet. That's likely going to come at some point, though.
Do you know what even makes this easier? There's not a scrap of anything inside a piano. There is nothing that Unlimited have to be scared of. This is, yeah, like you said, the freest plan I think we've seen in CL so far this season.
Deadshot is going to shut Hypex down, though, and that's going to do quite a bit. Both sides of the wall have been opened. That's important. You need to have that full line of access. Nordwin, he's just going to be threatening there on the piano door along with Rorik, but Deadshot's starting to chain a couple of kills together here, and that's going to be on to Army. Now, he's someone that you would expect to plant that diffuser. Now, in a deficit, we're going to have to see Unlimited maybe attempt to get this plant down, or Hail Mary and throw in for a load of kills. Nordwin going to find one onto Cactus, leveling things up. Rorik, he's pushed up aggressively, but he's going to miss his shots. IWI, he's got himself into the site, but he too will fall. The kills keep coming here. 1 versus 1. Enemy versus Nordwin. No time to recover the diffuser, no time to reload your primary. You've just got to take this engagement. Enemy clutches things out. Ascend, they break the seal. They find their first round.
Oh no. I didn't see that coming.
A blunder.
It's like a season finale. The long-lost twin brothers evil. Oh no. Yeah, that should have been so easy, but it just... The Disciple!
Deadshot.
The game changer! Filthy little alibi crutch.
Who needs denial
I'm telling
when you've got an alibi?
I said it wouldn't. He's saying there. What operator did he play the first round? I think it was a Smoke FMG9, and then he played Malusi, and I was like, he'll be an alibi any minute now. He's got 0-2. Of course he'll be an alibi. Look at him. He was 0-2. Now he's 4-4. This operator. I've preached about this operator.
Ban your alibis. Ban your nooks.
And as we know, there was a little tiny change to Alibi for the next season. No 1.5x anymore. Doesn't matter. Doesn't make a difference. Doesn't make a difference. Honestly, should have put her the 1 speed. That'll kill them off.
That's a little bit drastic.
I don't care. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
That is quite drastic, Demo.
They deserve it.
Oh dear.
Give them the Finka treatment. Just make it unplayable. Yep.
Deserved.
Yep, you get that.
That is deserved, unfortunately. You can't be going for the spawn peak if you aren't willing to take the risk. Obviously, Deadshot willing to take the risk, otherwise he wouldn't have put himself up against the window. But Nordwin, you got to get up earlier than that to catch him. So all the hype, momentum, and hope maybe that Ascend had grabbed at there in round number 4 sort of dwindles away, because guess what? The Unlimited have got the first pick here again.
Yep, and the man who basically won them the round last time is gone. Exactly that. So the Unlimited on to the kitchen. Last time they attacked kitchen only, it was perfect. There was not a chink in the armor. It was crystal clear, perfect all the way through. Yeah, I don't see Unlimited really doing anything different. I think it'll be probably the same, I would say, in terms of how they want to approach it. But then again, look at the positioning this time from Unlimited. A little bit more solar-oriented, actually.
It is. We haven't seen them really occupy the solar windows all too much. Oh dear, Rorik.
He's in.
He's got himself caught inside of a frost mat. Nordwin is going to grab himself a kill onto enemy. Players scrambling back and forth, down on both sides. Renders this effectively a 4 versus 2. Nordwin finishing off onto Cactus there, just to confirm that man count. Rorik could still be picked up. However, unfortunately for him, he has found a frost mat. A little bit of a nade over the top. Nobody is going to be home, though. 2 remaining defenders are occupying this top floor. 1 in office, 1 inside of piano, just on the threshold to bathroom. A minute 15 is a long old time, especially when you've got full site control here. Army, you're going to attempt to get the plant down. I don't think there's any vertical on him. He's got no worries whatsoever. Azok's caught looking at the floor. The final 2 kills come in, and despite the frost mat down, it is a flawless round.
Yeah, just a little bit different, a little bit more spice at it there for Unlimited. Having that man advantage, seeing an opportunity just to say, hey, why don't we just try and attack in through West Main? Let's see if they're ready for it. And Ascend being caught out by a simple West Main push. A little bit worrying, as we said, Ollie.
It is. Why go fancy when you can just go simple, though? This is what I kind of like about this Unlimited side demo. They don't overcomplicate things. They're doing exactly what they need to get the job done.
The kills are really worrying for Ascend.
Oof.
Really, it's one-sided again.
1, 2, 3, 2, 4.
What have you just done? Hold on. Hang on a minute. Have you just tried to do something with the kills and you're trying to copy the great song, Lou Bega, Mambo number 5? Is that what you've just tried to do?
I mean, maybe.
10 seconds left.
I'm quite musical.
Oh my goodness. A little bit of Deadshot on the side.
Attackers objective.
Don't even start.
A little bit of Nordwind all night long.
Little bit of enemies, what I need.
Ugh. Deary me, that's a new one from you. Right, back to Siege. Because that's what you're all here for. You're not here for the karaoke session. You're not here for that, but maybe we'll get a cover going one day and we'll see where that song actually finishes off. Maybe he'll do that tomorrow. He'll work on it before he goes to sleep. But Unlimited, they're certainly not asleep at the wheel, Ollie. They are leading things in great fashion. 4 rounds to 1. Ascend, they need to get it started. They need this next round. I mean, obviously, I think we've seen Chalet be attacker-sided. I think 4-2 splits has been fairly common for the most part. So it's not said and done, but I think they need this round.
I think it's the fashion of a lot of these rounds that, that Unlimited have gained as well. The last round it was a flawless. There's been a couple that haven't been very close at all. They've been very dominating here. They'll be happy with the 5-1, that's for sure. Again, cracking info on the drone. This could be a freebie if the nade is able to land. Cactus does just dip out a little bit, though.
Look at Rykos.
He's not taking any chances, is he?
No, he's making sure he is as safe as can be. He's a little bit frightened of those nades, because there has been a few of them from Unlimited. Also, I want to highlight Hypex on the Flores. He has been so good. I think the Flores usage from Unlimited, from what I've seen throughout their entire journey of CL, it's been top tier. I think using them at the right moment, making sure that they can exactly get rid of what they need to carry. Again, very simple pushes. I think they're a very minimalistic team where they don't take a whole lot. And because they don't take a whole lot, they don't need to remove a whole lot because of that. So I think having the Flores drones, yeah, it's been wonderful to see them have a great time on that operator.
They've suffered quite a significant loss here early on. Nordwind's gone down 10 and 3s. They've been setting things on fire here. Lose a large part of that pushing power along with a couple of nades on the Iana isn't a great thing. Deadshot, he's doing his thing on the top floor, removing Hypex from play. And all of a sudden things aren't looking too bad here for Ascend. IWI just narrowly misses out on an opportunity at a couple of pot shots there, but Rorik maybe coming in here on the backstab could be successful. He's got the breach open and he's got a couple of options to work with, but there's nothing to force these defenders to move. They just need to play patiently here. Azox, he's going to be holding quite close. It looks as though Rorik could get himself caught out as the default camera was still available for him. Tries to pre-fire onto Rykos, but Rykos is just a little bit more accurate. Cactus, he grabs himself one, and Army, he might have the kit, he might have 15 seconds, but he's got 5 opponents to go up against here. This is going to be nigh on impossible for him to pull off. Azox credited with the final kill. Didn't take him too long to figure out what was going on there. A round that just sort of petered out into nothing for Unlimited.
It happens all the time. It's just a team that baffles me. How...
They go from world beaters to just caught in the mud.
It's incredible. It is. I've never seen a team like it, where they win rounds so convincingly, but then lose them as if they weren't even there. They lose that opening pick, and it turns into a fall. It's honest. It's skillful. I think it's a great skill that no other team's ever had, as we can win rounds massively or we lose them and you know, without even swinging a punch. It baffles me.
Maybe we need to give them the notes that go with the script that say, on the rounds that you're expected to lose, you've got to still try.
Yeah.
Because maybe they've just read the scripts and gone, oh yeah, we lose round 6, no worries.
That's probably the only criticism we have this team, is they cannot play from behind.
They do seem to struggle.
They cannot play from behind. If plan A doesn't work, there's no plan B.
They lost the worst person they could have lost there as well, bar the hard breacher. You know, you look at Norbin, 10 and 3. He was in 10 and 2 at the start of that round. No one else is really setting the world on fire like that. Hypex maybe, 6 and 2. So anyway, side switch. They've achieved the 4-2. Is it going to be good enough?
Looking at the spicy operator, we've got a Capital coming into the fray of things, Ollie. One that we don't see really anywhere, and I think that's always been the biggest thing with Capital, is on paper, really strong operator. But in the server, it is like paper, it's very easy to get through, because I think Capital, it can be a little bit messy, because obviously the fire arrows, they can be countered, of course. It's not like back in the olden days before Wamai was a thing. And Capital losing nades a long time ago didn't do him any favors. I think that's always been the thing with these utility operators, is utility operators with these strong gadgets, they generally need a little bit backup, and that's usually nades.
Well, a couple of nades got soaked up there into the Wamai. We saw a big old dump of utility. Norden, he's been taken out first. No more of those magnets will be generating over time. Azox is adding on to this pain before Rorik battles back. Still being able to achieve one. Rorik got a full view there, but he's going to instead have to dip down the hatch. Can't risk it. Potentially going to go for a run out onto the solar player. No! Runs out of ammo! Oh, you hate to see. He's going to get taken out now as well. Rorik! You've had a nightmare. Deadshot. More than happy to oblige. Hypex and IWI. They don't know which way to turn. Cactus is going to find the first. Hypex. It's a long old way to go here, my friend. This round has petered out into nothingness.
But look at the op. Doable, alibi.
He's got upside down repel, regular repel, somebody on the stair, and just because it's an alibi demo, you say it's doable? Wake up, man.
Oh, that run out. He got camera locked. If you don't know, if you basically in Siege, it gets to a certain point where if you look up, it just locks you in and you cannot look any further, and that's exactly what happened to him.
And then you've got to walk backwards to look. It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Timeout time. Does it say Unlimited timeout?
Don't know.
Attackers need to locate and
Oh.
defuse bombs.
It was... Just have a look at the players!
Just have a look.
Just have a little look. See what's happening.
See if Rorik's having a drink out of the jug.
You leave him alone.
I'm going to message him after this. I want to know what it's all about.
He doesn't follow you. Well, because you've got that little tick now that you paid for. That doesn't mean they're going to follow you. It doesn't mean they're going to respect you.
Round 8 demo. Come on, focus him. Bar and games. I can't believe we're not in the basement yet.
No, and I'm shocked. I think basement, again, we mentioned before, I think it's a good bomb site. I think with Kaid being open, I think it makes things a little bit more trickier for the attack. Obviously, Bandit tricking as well.
Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb.
Maverick for a bar and gaming. That screams one thing and one thing only to me, Ollie.
Yep.
That connector wall. So, what happens with that Maverick is it's something that the M&M side, they started out, I think that was the first time we really seen it in fruition was in sale last year with that M&M side where you'd just go straight in the snowmobile, you'd run up the stairs and you'd drill a line right across connector. It removes that player inside of stock and then obviously it just kind of frees up the bomb site to go for those easy plants at double window.
However, given that we haven't seen them initially make a big beeline for the garage, means that it's not guaranteed that's where we're going to see it used. Azox, he's already got himself in toward piano. He's going to be looking to remove the player at the top of library stairs. How does he get away? I mean, both players not quite at fault, but Hypex, surely you want to stand crouched behind the shield, not just poking your head up with a big sign on it saying, shoot me. This is where the utility really comes in. Enemy is going to be on the Maverick and is going to be approaching this 90 as well. So maybe going to look to try and do some fancy footwork over here, Demo, and just allow a bit of utility to be thrown on through.
So the burning off the blue stair shield will commence while my discs are being tossed in by Rorik. And there's the ADS ping. There's another flashbang. Another disc also goes out. But no, it's not quick enough to catch that nade. And look at Ascend. They've jumped in towards Fireplace, Ollie. They've actually just sledged in from office and they're straight into library. Genius from Ascend. Great initiative. Utilizing the sledge, seeing that there's two soft walls there that they can just watch straight on through. And they have rattled Unlimited now as they have to battle back from a losing position.
Unlimited aren't doing too bad to hold on to this though. Nordwin, he's got himself a potential target inside of Fireplace, but Cactus hits him with the turn and burn. Army now left 1 versus 3, and he too will suffer the same fate. Nice bit of aggression being shown from Ascend there, and it's not as if things weren't going their way. They were just starting the exchange of utility, and they were coming off better on that exchange, but they still hit us with that burst of speed, that burst of aggression.
Yeah.
Demo, I feel like I've blinked and we're back at 4-4.
Yeah, it's just a through ball in behind and it's caught you, and that's it. And that's exactly what happened to Unlimited. Just one little play and it's opened everything up. Unlimited worrying for them now as they're starting to lose control. Ascend have really got things together now in the attack. Only they themselves like Unlimited. That's 2 in a row. They kick things off.
It's anybody's game right now.
It is.
For all. It's really on Unlimited to show us something here on these defends that Ascend weren't able to show. Ascend weren't successful on the defense at all.
Still no basement.
Still no basement.
Going to bedroom. This was a round that, in my opinion, Unlimited should have won on the attack, but Deadshot happened, I suppose. Now Unlimited, they're going to opt
10 seconds to go.
for the bedroom once again. And last time it was just a solar take from Ascend. Nothing too flashy, using the nades, pushing up the stairs, getting the picks where they came.
Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb.
How will Unlimited approach it? How will they change things up? If it's going to be that solar take again, how are Unlimited going to change things up?
Well, Hypex is out on the roam. See if he can keep himself relevant out there. Looks like for the time being, Demo, they're going to be occupying Kitchen somewhat. They've got quite a few C4s in the lineup. Nordwin and Rorik both carrying a C4. Although there's no information above, there's no bulletproof camera, there's nothing to give them that heads up as to where they need to place that C4.
So if you know you're up against a solar take, which again is coming in for Ascend, The biggest issue that attackers have to deal with, stage 1, is clear the solar stairs. That's always the biggest issue. If there's a player there with 3 ADS stacked up, getting nades in is going to be quite tricky. And nades is really the biggest thing that I think defenders do struggle with in Chalet, is just how many good nade spot there is. Because I feel in Chalet, because there is balcony with windows, there's a massive double window, obviously you can rappel up to on the east side. There's a lot of cut-off points the attackers can apply pressure from those windows. So it does leave you a little bit locked into certain spots, and it does make you feel a bit claustrophobic. You feel trapped. And the worst thing, if you know you're trapped, is that a nade just land at your feet. That's always going to be the biggest issue for the defenders. I think Unlimited, they went for the approach of, okay, we're going to try and hold solar stairs, but then we also have a fallback position in towards kitchen if needed. That's why they've extended downstairs. Ascend, they themselves, they've probably seen that setup and thought, okay, let's just go library, let's just bring it back, and we'll try something else.
What a kill there from Hypex onto Deadshot. It's quite unorthodox to leave that side of the breach open, or any side for that matter.
We seen them do this against 10-star, didn't we?
But they love to leave it open and play aggressively off it, because you get a great line into library, especially with all those footholds opened. Azox, he's now going to join on in, and while the angle will work both ways, no one for the meantime is going to be giving themselves up there. And with that much exposure, it makes it very difficult to make your way close up to the breach. Enemy takes Hypex out. Hypex is a little bit curious on the jiggle and will be punished for it. Azox taken out in the meanwhile, so still an advantage here. Player's going to come head-to-head as Rykos. He takes Rorik down. That's one of 2 C4s that were being played by Dunlimited. The only C4 that was being played below as well. Now, Solar Stairs looks like could just be walked up here. We've got Nordwin occupying Piano. We do have Army just tucked away inside of the master bedroom. He's keeping an eye on the stairs. Unlimited. Not much option for a trade here. That's going to be the biggest problem. Rykos picks up his second of the round. A swing from Nordwin will secure one, but he starts getting himself caught in a cross. Picks himself up yet another as Cactus. He's left all alone. He eventually will put an end to Nordwin, but Army knows all he's got to do, Demo, is stay alive. Tucks himself behind the deployable shield. We get the beauty of the outlines there. He's no idea how close he was. The problem, there's a bulletproof shield in between you and your target. Army keeping himself alive there nicely. A close round, but a round nonetheless here for Dunlimited.
Yeah, that's the thing with Ascend. They were scared off for going for that solar tape because you've seen the setup from below. We've seen how loosely that Unlimited were trying to hold the solar stairs. I think they had the C4s probably ready also that they could fire in as they try and take solar stairs. And then Ascend just changed up. They go for library, but then you forget that's where Unlimited want you to push. That's the reason why they've opened up the actual site walls. That's why they have these long angles with the deployable shields, opening up the long angles into library. It's because they want you to jump in, and we've seen that happen. We've seen those long angles we played. We've seen those kills happen. Just Ascend, I think decision-making, I mean, like, if they're holding kitchen, is that really the biggest issue that you have to deal with? Is kitchen, you know, one guy in kitchen, is that? You're telling me that's what beats you? That's what scares you?
The thing is, if you take sight and you clear sight of all the players that are up there, it's then a bottle job for the player in kitchen whether they remain there or not. Are they going to remain there and hope for a Hail Mary C4 off no info? Obviously, we have the beauty of being able to see just exactly what's going on and what all of the utility is that's in play.
I would love to cast around without outlines. I think that would be incredible. Do you not think so?
No.
Why not?
Because then we wouldn't know anything.
But like swings and stuff would be a lot more. Oh my god, he swung him! Where did he come from? I think it would be a lot more funner. No one else thinks that would be better? No? Let's have a bit of mystery.
We don't want mystery.
Honestly, too many things get ruined. You know what's going to happen immediately as you see it. But I just, you know, I'd love to see. Oh my god, that nade! Where'd the nade come from? Where was he? Where is it? You know, I think it'd be funny.
I mean, that's just you anyway.
What do you mean? That's me anyway.
That's you when something good happens anyway.
No.
Yeah.
No. Ascend. Deadshot. Off the board. Iana. More importantly, nades. I mentioned nades, Ollie, and how important they are for Chalet. Losing 2 of them is gone. Quite surprised no other operators received frag raids in the update, because I thought that would have been something that would have happened, because we only have 4. One of them gets banned every game, another one is glass. You know, I think another set of nades wouldn't go amiss for an operator.
I think it's nice that we're going to not have it for a bit. It'll be that sort of thing that comes back around, won't it?
I mean, there's not going to be any changes for SI. We know that, don't we? So.
True. Rykos levels things up here. Cactus adds on to the pain. Azox is likely going to get recovered as well. So things not looking too bad here for Ascend, despite the early loss of Deadshot. Hypix is still going to be playing at the top of these library stairs. This, of course, was a site that Unlimited struggled to hold on to previously. We can see, thank you to the outlines, there's a bit of a stack up here outside of main door, and still a couple of players occupying the top floor. 50-odd seconds left to go. Enemy just playing the patient game here.
It's a great angle.
He knows exactly where the player is, but Nordwin just doesn't give himself away. Keeps himself tucked, keeps himself safe. If you're Unlimited now, you've got to hold your ground.
I do worry, though, for Ascend. I think ignoring the top floor might hinder them a bit. Because keep in mind, vertical gameplay is always going to be a thing.
What a shot.
But the fact that he's got that kill, Ollie, is massive to still give Unlimited a fighting chance. Nordwin takes up the same position as the 416 takes the swing, but now they know another one's on blue stairs with that shot towards the Maverick. Nordwin has to now rotate above. Army just sat inside a stock. Eliminates him. Diffuser has to get picked up by Cactus now, and they're going to try and push in, but Army holds his ground. How many times do we see this, Ollie, from a stock player? He just sits there, holds the angles, plays so static, and they just walk into him.
That shot that Hypix just hit was unbelievable. Incredible.
Yep.
I'm not sure if he heard the nade. I'm not sure if he heard the nade pin get pulled and knew that that's what he was going into or not. But just the incredible stuff. I love shots like that.
That's a few times now for Ascend for me where they're not committing to what they should be going for.
Just slow. You've got man count advantage. You've got control. You've got map control. Push it. Use it.
Defenders protect
It's not, I don't think it's about the timing issues for Ascend, because I think they're a team that can play very quick in their feet if needed.
They've shown that.
Yeah, and look, if you've got the man advantage, top floor is going to be easy to deal with, because you know there's at least, 2 players max? It's not going to be 3 players max, and that's not going to happen. There needs to be 1 player inside at least. Why are you not taking the challenge? That's what I don't get. I would have loved to have seen them just bully the player in the blue shield. But they didn't go for it. They ignored it. And look what Nordwin did. Was able to play the blue stairs, was then able to flank above. You have to keep in mind, like, one of the site doors from bar is very visible from really anywhere in the fireplace balconies. You need to take that in consideration.
Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Ascend just dropping off the pace a little bit here in the past couple of rounds. If Unlimited win here in Kitchen, we'll have seen an entire chalet without going downstairs to the basement, which, if you'd Unlimited, hasn't done you too bad.
Yeah, well, you've seen I think basement was teased there for a moment, but instead they've went for the mid floor. Deadshot fires a nade in, no burn with him. Fires the second one in also. Both his nades waste it, and then he just gets C4'd.
I mean, that's fairly unforgivable here. Enemy comes in with the burn, gets caught
It's too late.
right at his feet, trying to stun the player out.
He jumped in bathroom window by himself, Ollie.
He's already found himself a down and a confirmed kill onto Rorik.
What's going on?
Ascend. They are just throwing caution to the wind right now.
It's playing with fire.
They've got themselves in upstairs. They've got nice lines of sight, good ability to further this execute. Shot them there through the floor. He's going to dish out the damage. Rykos, you're going to have to move, my friend. He tries to return fire. Alliance scan to root any defenders in place, but IWI doesn't care about that. His location's known regardless. There is no C4 available here for Unlimited. It has already been used to good effect.
Where's the structure? From both sides. Both sides are playing so recklessly, Ollie. You have this quick jump in from Ascend. You've got these lone roamers now just skirting around the outskirts of the bomb site. Can we just take a minute here just to figure out what's happened? Right. They've trolled the utility, right? Deadshot's just thrown in two nades and it's got C4'd. Enemy jumped in bathroom window. The Unlimited were surprised by it. And Ascend have just spent the past, minute and a half just upstairs really doing nothing.
They haven't really got the tools to do much. They have some breaching charges. Cactus is going to make his way around to this trophy window.
They have Hatch, don't they? Hatch is open, yeah?
I think
yeah,
Hatch is open. The problem is both teams here are pretty starved for util. Ascend has some burn, but they've not got any nades to really back that up with. They can start to try and manipulate and work this vertical, but time is going to be their biggest enemy here, especially when the Toxic Babe canisters start to fly.
Don't forget Cactus, he has to go through an animation, he has to jump in a window, which is never going to be favorable for you. It's a sound animation, they can hear you jump in, and there goes the drop from Enemy. I think he was spotted by Unlimited. There's the jump in, the flashbangs go in, and it's the Warden who gets felled. IWI on the smoke hasn't had a good game, Ollie, so far, but right now he's having a good round. That 2 kills for him. Cactus has to stumble through the bomb site. No info on IWI. 3 kills for him, and that closes out Chalet.
Wow, oh wow. I think Unlimited did a good job to make sense of that, because it made no sense to us watching it. There's the jug, look at it.
Leave him be. Look. Let him be, man. What's that have to do with you?
He's just won a map. He can have it. 8 kills as well.
Don't question the water jug. Let it happen. Let it be.
Good performance there from Dunlimited. Is there an argument to say maybe that Ascend just threw caution to the wind at the end and were just like, what can we do?
They lost on the defense by far. Ascend, I think the opening 2 rounds were so one-sided. Yeah, it's worry. It is a worry, I think, for Ascend. I mentioned before that I think they had to get off on the first map with a win. And I think Unlimited, the momentum will just take them through now.
Well, we'll see if our desk are worried about this game or not. Stay tuned. We'll be back with them to break this one down.